Hello, and a very warm welcome to the parish of Stifford. This vlog is part of a series of religious reviews of paintings by both ancient and modern masters. The common theme is that the pictures that we choose to review will mark significant dates or events in the church calendar. For our first review, we have chosen Rembrandt's painting, The Ascension of Christ. The Feast of the Ascension ranks with Christmas, Easter, and Pentecost, which are annual events universally observed among Christians. This year, we celebrate Ascension Day on Thursday, the 13th of May. And so as we approach this significant annual Christian festival, which marks the end of the Easter season, I thought it would be appropriate to reflect on this biblical theme through Rembrandt's painting. The painting depicts one of the earliest Christian festivals dating back to the year 68 AC. According to the New Testament in the Holy Bible, Jesus Christ met with the disciples several times during the 40-day period after his resurrection to show them how to carry out his teachings. It is believed that on the 40th day, he took them to the Mount of Olives, where they watched as he ascended to heaven. Today's talk is a reflection on this event through Rembrandt's painting, The Ascension of Christ, which was painted in 1636 and hangs in one of the oldest galleries in the world, the Atelier Pinakothek in Munich, which houses a significant collection of old master paintings. Rembrandt Harmusen van Rijn was born in Leiden in 1606 and died in Amsterdam in 1669. Rembrandt was one of the Dutch artists known for a lifetime of painting portraits and self-portraits, possessing an exceptional ability to render people in their various moods and dramatic guises. As one of the greatest storytellers in the history of art, he gained a reputation for painting perceptive and ever more pensive representations of biblical subjects, both in etchings and in oil paintings. In this painting, we see a group of disciples simply staring in awe as Jesus is taken up into heaven. The scene is lit from above, and the heavenly light filters down onto the faces of the disciples, symbolizing their genuine but partial understanding. At the left-hand side of the painting is a giant palm tree, which symbolizes God's people. In this painting, the palm tree reaches high up into the sky and appears to link two realms of heaven and earth together. The simplicity of this painting is its strength. What else is there to show? Isn't staring in awe exactly the right response for such an incredible event? Jesus had been seen by the disciples in the 40 days since the crucifixion on Good Friday. Jesus had been raised from the dead, and it was amazing. That was amazing enough. But now he's been taken bodily into heaven. And what does that tell us? Well, it certainly emphasizes that Jesus is a unique person. Death never had any hold over him. Jesus died as a barbaric death for our sake and for our salvation, and then 40 days later freely took up his life in heaven, never to die again. And to underline this wonderful truth, Jesus' body is taken physically from this earth, and Christians believe that he's now standing in the presence of God. The painted scene is focused on Christ, who is apparently using his own motive power to ascend up into the bright sky to be back with the Father, who is hidden in the bright light. Rembrandt uses the slightly Baroque diagonal, which in this painting is an imaginary line that extends from the lower right corner to the upper left corner, formed by the circle of watching disciples, which guides our eye to Jesus in the center, from where he appears to be rising directly vertically. Miraculously, as it seems, that is what we celebrate on Ascension Day. Jesus was taken bodily into heaven. We can read the following words in the New Testament Bible in Acts chapter 1, verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. Mysterious as the events depicted in this painting are, it poses one of my test questions. Where exactly is Jesus' body now? We can read in Corinthians 1, chapter 15, verse 1. Now, brothers and sisters, I want to remind you of the gospel that I preached to you, which you received and on which you have taken your stand. It remains a truly amazing fact that Christians believe that Jesus stands in the presence of the Father, and he stands there representing all human beings. It is precisely because he stands there as our friend and brother, but also as our high priest, offering the sacrifice of his own life on our behalf, that we have hope and confidence to face our own deaths without fear. And so, in conclusion, as you have seen in the painting, Rembrandt depicted the disciples wrapped in awe as they witnessed Jesus glorified. The reality was that they had been instructed by Jesus to go out into a hostile world and spread the great good news of the gospel. Each would pay the ultimate price for the privilege of witnessing this miraculous event. But each did so because they had seen with their own eyes the truth of the resurrection and the ascension, and they were therefore sure in their faith and their hope. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.